How are you going? Welcome to the Red Ski on another round of righteous readings where I give more righteous to the point tarot readings without secret words. Basically, I'll tell you what I see to the point, to the dot. How are we all going? So we're going to finish off the March round of love readings with the singles and couples for the last couple of signs that we've got left. I think we're about halfway now, just over the halfway point. The next sign to be read is Aries, Ram Gang. So this will be your March 2022 monthly for singles and couples of Venus placements, first and foremost of the sign Aries. Now, because this is a love round for whether you're singles or couples, the intention in this round is it's love reading. In your natal chart, you should be looking at the position of where your Venus lies in it, and the star sign that holds that position, star sign that does hold Venus place, is the star sign video you should be watching today for you and your person, especially if you're couples. Now, if that's too hard and you don't want to do any of that, that's fine. You will still find messages via sun, moon and rising placements for your natal chart. But if you really want to try to align with this reading today, I would strongly suggest looking into it if you can. Okay. So for Venus, Aries, if not sun, moon and rising of the sign Aries for the month of March 2022, we're going to start with the singles, the single Aries, and then we'll go into the couples reading, which is the connection spread. I'm sure you're all aware of what that is. If you're not, I'll explain it at the right time. At that point, timestamps will be included in the pinned comment down below, so you can skip to your reading, whether you're the single or the couple or the grouping. Simple. We can only hope. Aries singles, we're going to start with you now. So single Aries, the way this works is we're looking at 6 different aspects of your life. Important aspects. Work, ambitions, friendship, love, family and health. We'll then go through and clarify all that so we can try to work out exactly what's what. Always stay tuned to the very, very end of your portion of the reading, because sometimes I pull extra cards, sometimes I don't. It's literally a time factual thing, and what I feel at the time is an instinctual thing, not a routine thing. So if you are a star sign that doesn't particularly get that offering, don't take it as a personal offense. It is not. It is simply either A, a time factual thing, or B, it just wasn't intuitively telling me that. It's usually the way it goes. Okay, guys. So let's get into the singles reading for the 6 aspects of the single Aries for the month of March 2022, as we are very much now heavily in the Piscean energy of Pisces month. Okay, guys. Aries. What says the tarot? Okay, Aries, singles, Venus, sun, and moon, rising placements for the month of March 2022. Venus, Aries, sun, moon, rising, singles, month of March 2022. Single Aries and Venus placements, sun, moon, and rising, March 2022, please. Look at the single Aries experiencing this March. The 6 aspects of life, work and ambition, friendship, love, family, and health. What say you in these areas of the single Aries life? Venus, sun, moon, and rising, please. Best of luck, Aries. Here we go. Please clarify this reading for the Aries, Venus, sun, moon, and rising. Okay. See, that was reversed. The star. Jeez. What happened here? The train wreck that took everything out and then exploded and took out a crater of a once prosperous land. Bits of prosperity you have spotted throughout here. It's sort of contradicted, except for one placement I see has got some really good hope. Everything else looks a mess. And I mean a mess. Single Aries, you are a hot mess for March. March madness has hit you hard. I don't think you're going to be coming out of the madness anytime in March, put it that way. You ready? Well, let's start at the beginning with awkward stories, shall we begin? Aries. Okay, Aries, let's hit this reading and get through these placements for you. Give you some sort of explanation as to what the fuck's going on. It's a mess. Alright, so excuse me. Your first placement's only in regards to work, what you're doing for work for the month of March. So we started out with the King of Swords, and this was clarified with the Ten of Wands. So as we all know, the King of Swords is someone very authoritative, very commanding, very respected. He is someone who's very experienced, very authoritative, but also very controlled. He's very commanding and he's very professional in his way. He's very highly analytical. And he has a justness about him, a force of superiority. He's a person who's had many ideas, thoughts and designs. The Ten of Wands I'm seeing has also had a lot of burdens. Ten of Wands is that of entering into things in life, passions, be that as it may, and being succumbed or overtaken a bit by the heavy weight of what it is that you entered into at the end, not realising it would be so cumbersome or so burdensome, such a heavy burden to carry throughout this period for so long, maybe perhaps as well. There's always this sense as well that this is releasing now. You're being in this authoritative self-Aries in work. You're being very active and very determined here to make your analytical self be your biggest design and your biggest ideal system. Because when you get too passionate or emotionally invested, I feel things start to get a little hairy. Things start to get a little burdensome, and they start to become a bit of a danger to being injured by these passions that become burdensome that you are carrying. I feel like you are releasing this now, and you're taking on this King of Swords as if to say, like, I was passionate before, it just led to a wholeness. I'm going to ditch that now, and I'm going to get into this real superiority energy of commanding and forcefulness and superiority to the point where everyone is like, well, they know what I think of them. And they know that I can get it done because I command it. I am. And I will not carry the slack of others maybe, or carry things that are too heavy for me to muster on my own in work. I really feel Aries sorry for a moment. I really feel Aries in work. It's the real sense of this coming of a time when passions were once the fluid of what you run your gears on at work. I feel like there's a change in system here, like a full overhaul of your transmission basically, and you're putting a whole new fluid through it. You gotta like rip that shit down, full clean out and to try to save it. But when you remake it or revamp it, it's not exactly the same as it was before. It's a new version of itself. That's what I feel like you're going through here for work, if that makes sense. Like, you've gotten to this point where you've got a lot of baggage, or you've got a lot of got a lot of wands. It's changing the time. King of Swords. Commanding, authoritative, analytical. Like a sword's tip, he is precise. No fault. No wondering. He'll tell you straight. Let's get on to the next placement now, your second placement, which is all about your ambitions for the month. What's reflecting in that department for Aries? Come on. So we had initially the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and this was then clarified by the Four of Swords reversed. Eight of Pentacles reversed, Four of Swords reversed. Your ambitions are lacking a lot. The Eight of Pentacles reversed, you know, this is speaking about a lot of vanity, a lot of conceitment here. You know, not putting in the effort that's needed here to gain the extra skill, to gain any extra dimension here. You're not showing up for it. You could have something going for you if you just sort of showed up for it, but you're not. The Four of Swords reverse is really telling me that you are going to move forward here at some point in March, but it will be a very cautionary advancement, a very shielded advancement here. You'll be feeling it out, sussing it out long before you take a move. Your ambitions are that of being a little, had the wind knocked out of you, had the confidence really pushed back a bit, I feel. Trying to keep the ambitions low and trying to maintain, I feel, every area. Ambition is the one thing that you're not got on the agenda. Ambition is not really the forefront. It's more about tying up loose ends and trying to, you know, end March in a better position in these positions than what you were when you came into it, because it was looking a little hectic. But your ambitions are not one of your strongest points, and I don't really feel it's even in the forefront of your head. Because the Eight of Pentacles reverse says you're not giving anything to this, not any energy, but no skill, not putting anything into it. And Pentacle, this is security, this is the monetary, this is the material, this is your ambition. It's not for that. Not right now anyway. And when you do decide to change your mind with this in any fashion or direction, you will do so in a very cautionary, guarded advancement. Look it out, suss it out long before you make the move, intellectually or otherwise. It's being very extremely cautious to the point of almost stagnancy. Your next placement, your third placement for the month of March, Aries, is that of friendships and friend connections. So we had initially the Star, and clarifying that is the Four of Cups. So friendship connections initially with the major arcana here for Aquarius is that of wish fulfillment. It's really, looking up to the sky and really making a wish here for hope, having a lot of faith, having a lot of promise. It's also that need of like sort of being astrologically guided, you know, by the stars, by the compass of the beautiful map of our sky. It's like you're searching here. You're searching for divine guidance, for a miracle in some ways, I want to say. Miracle is a true friendship connection, because everything I feel like you've gotten up to this point has been meh. My Four of Cups, the meh card. Got some options coming in, fluffy white cloud, bringing me a nice cup, but I sit hands, arms crossed, across my chest, head down, in a sitting, crouchy-like position under a tree, not even giving any attention or visual respect by even looking at these options. I'm just sitting there going, meh. Everything is just not tantalizing to the taste buds, not intriguing enough to even give it a look at. It's a bitter experience. Everything is just, the world's got no flavour. Everything tastes like sand. Doesn't matter if you have the highest priced prawn on the menu or, you know, the kidney and liver. It tastes like sand. Four of Cups is just like, whatever. Meh. The star, that's like praying for the miracle. It's like still having the hope, even when things are meh. Sort of still look up at the sky and I say, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Please grant me the wish. I wish I knew tonight, no matter where you are. It's like being in that still, in the background there somewhere, almost like a child believing in Peter Pan or Santa Claus. You know the chances are not good that's gonna come in. Doesn't mean you stop hoping. So for friendship connections, you're not giving up hope. But at the moment, everything's just meh. Fourth position, love. Single Aries, this is the one you want. Maybe not. Where have we? Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the love position for March. So the Knight of Wands is a journey. It is an offering of sorts here. It's an offering of movement, a journey into the unknown. The Knight of Wands, he's pretty brisk. He's got a bit of a show pony attitude. He is a bit of an individual of that sort of nature himself too, I guess you could say. He's a little bit eccentric. This is really taking flight, going into a state of absence here. Change of residency perhaps with the Knight. But there is a sense of time here. The Knight of Wands is like on a time system. He'll get there when he's ready to, when it's his time, not before, not after. Rides at a gallop, like a showpony stance, gallop. Two of Pentacles is that needing agility to handle matters, balancing the pentacle back and forth in a seesawic, infinitive-like manner. Really struggling to have the agility here to start anything or to maintain anything. It's really out of balance when you go up one way, goes down the other, and it's all seesawy everywhere. Love's crazy here, you singles. Any offering that comes in is only going to lead to some sort of you having to move away from it, or them having to do the same, or some sort of change in residency, a journey away from it. I don't feel like it's towards anything, except for something that's very unstable, something that's very agile, and something that you're going to get really sick of trying to balance out that will never balance out. It's just going to go back and forth, back and forth. For family connections for Aries for the month of March, we had the King of Pentacles initially, and that was clarified by the Tower, Major Arcana here. For family connections, initially it starts off sort of saying, my King of Pentacles, my smart cookie, is that real smart individual that knows where to invest it, knows where to put it, knows where the growth is, when to move it, when to shift it. I see him as the accountant or the bookie. No number gets past this individual. No 10% off the dollar doesn't either. There's someone that knows where to put their money, where the best investment is. There is growth here. There's a lot of security here with the King of Pentacles. He's a real leader. He's very wise. He knows about investment, and he knows about the material and the attainable and the money. He knows where it's at. No dollar goes uncounted. And if he needs it, he can just, and it's the material, the money is there. He never wants for anything. If he needs it, it's just a phone call away. It's being very business acumen. Very, smart. Real smart. The Tower, though, in family positions is telling me that this is crumbling. This is disintegrating. And if it's not by your hand or theirs or both, an outside influence, the divine, be that as it may, faith, fortune shit is coming to level of flat, take it away. All of that security and this King of Pentacle energy that I feel that has taken a long time to build up. Whether this is in regards to the relationship of the family, it's a sign of its unity rather than an actual individual, possibly. Or it could speak in atonement to actually becoming into this position, finally. Maybe even taking the rope, like with the family company, if that's something that you have, a fortune 500, we all wish we have on them, but you know, a family business, a legacy here, that it's your turn to step up to king from prince, or from, you know, be it as it may. Gender is non-specific, it's the characteristics of the card. I say that every time, and I probably will for the next 20-30 years. But the Tower is coming in, and it's leveling that old flat, not just to its foundations, it's ripping that up too. It's even taking some of the earth, I feel, with it. It's taking all of it. You are going to be very much in the hurricane's eye, spinning around in its funnel. You're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Is what I think you're going to be saying to yourself. What happened? Why the hell? And how the hell did I get here? You're doing a Dorothy Gala. Aries, you're doing a Dorothy Gala. Health, your last position, and it's your best and most brightest of them all. I did promise you a good one somewhere. This surprised me. What we got? Health for the month of March for Aries. The Sun clarified by the Two of Cups. The Sun is the most beautiful card in the deck. It is that fulfillment. It is happiness, it is joy, it is abundance, it is life being fulfilled through the most simplest of things, seeing the joy and the bliss and the gratitude and the serenity in just everyday living, and the abundance of basking in the sun's energy. With health as well now. Two of Cups. This is usually in regards to love. It's the minor to the major, which of course is the Lovers, which is the major arcana for love. The Two of Cups is the minor to that. So this is like a contractual. This is more like a proposal, like an engagement. This is more like a unity through verbal, signed, contractual, or marital, or engageable, or, you know, whatever. But this is two walking in and entering out, unified as one. This is an agreement. This is a contract. This is maybe an actual engagement. But when I'm looking at it in health, this is a lot of happiness in health. I feel like Aries, your health is your finest quality, and I feel like whether you had put a lot of effort into it up to now, I feel like a bigger group of you have actually not. This has not been an area of past worry or past like putting any energy into this to get this result. It's just been underlying, coming through, and then you come into March and everything else is a bit disheveled, and that's when you realise I actually feel really good. I'm actually in a real good place, health-wise. I really want to unify with this. I really want to get on with this. I really want to join this. I really want to do this. I really want to give it all to this. Give my bond, give my vow, give my signature on the dotted line. Sign me up. Ping me up, Scotty. The Sun and the Two of Cups. It's a beautiful energy of full fulfillment, satisfaction, and some sort of a proposal, agreement, contractual engagement. Wow. Wow. In health. that was enough, I would die for you guys. I would jump through that screen and try to kiss you. Unfortunately, it's not in that placement. But I think this is exactly where it's meant to be. Four of Swords, Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I have a feeling twos might be some sort of synchronicity here for you guys. But let's look at the outcome now. Underlying energy of all of this at the bottom of the deck when I first took the cards and then clarified was that it's the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Wands reversed. Queen of Wands is someone very giving, very loving, very honest, very trusty, very invested in pleasing, giving her time, her effort, her skill. She's a very gracious hostess. She's a very honest and sincere individual with real interests here in people, in things. The Nine of Wands reversed, they're clarifying that Queen of Wands. This speaks about obstacles. This speaks about needing to have adversity here through the problems, the delays, the disasters. There are barriers to overcome and maybe even ill health that you had to surmount. But I see that you're getting through that now. You're starting to become in the better of self, in a more energetic of self. Someone very sympathetic and understanding. You really are very friendly, loving, chastity, practical, charm, grace, gracious, just oozes you drip in it. Sincere interest in others, giving of your time, of your devotion, of your truth, of your passion. There has been a period where you have gone out alone together with counsel and knowledge that you've needed, maybe even expel a lot of the material attainable and the extras to get this enlightenment, to get where you are now, to get this knowledge. Don't start listening to other people now. You got this far by following your own steps to your own beat. Don't go question yourself now, Aries, because this is where it needs to be at. You at the helm, in control, continuing to master this game of life, I guess you could call it. Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands reverse, and I just pulled the Hierophant for you as well. Virgo energy there too. Being very devoted, very honest, very conscientious, very giving, very loving of the animals too. Very invested in the animals, I want to say. Nine of Wands reverse, there's been obstacles, ill health maybe. There has been difficulties here, but I see you having adversity now. You're getting over it. You're on the arse end of that shit because you've gained wisdom here. You've gained a lot from this experience. It's not all been washed through the light of the candle. The wisdom of this experience still very much burns deep within you. You've learned a lot from this, and you will learn even more moving forward. This is really about life lessons through your personal core of what you want, believe in, will stand for, desire, what you will live for, what you will not stand, and what you want your life to be, and who you want in it, Aries. You're grabbing it by the long and hairies, my darlings. Or the short and curlies. Long and hairies or the short and curlies, you're grabbing probably both, I would say. And why the fuck not? We'll now move to Aries Couples. Thank you so much everyone for joining me. Please leave a like if you would be so kind to. Feel free to share the content if you want. And most importantly, subscribe so you can come back when we do another round here with me, Redsky on Righteous Readings. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Aries Couples. Couples. Connection spread. you and your person, thoughts, feelings, intentions you have for your person and your person towards you for the month of March. And then we'll get an outcome of what will look like moving forward out of March. We've got a lot to get through, so let me clear this board and let's start again now with Aries, Venus placements, couples, you and your person connection spread for the month of March 2022, okay? Okay, Aries, Venus placements for you and your person now for the month of March. We are doing the connection spread where we look at Aries firstly, what you think, feel and intend towards the person you're connecting with for the month of March. Your person, we do the same, and then an outcome which I clarify. Now, keep in mind, roles can be reversed. Flip it if you need to, as this is Aries reading. I will always read them first, they will always be on the top. This is their reading, but roles can be reversed. So you take that how it resonates. Remember, this is a love reading, this is Venus placements primarily. Sun, Moon, and Rising will still contain messages, but please look into these placements, guys, if you've not done so already. Also, just in case you're interested to know, I have set up a sister channel. It will be up and running during March, putting its bones together at the moment and trying to give it some life of skin. It will be an astrology channel, so this will stay my main tarot interpretation channel, and my sister channel will have astrology, everything to do with Western tropical. We will also touch Vedic and Sidereal and all that as well through a section of it, but it's primarily tropical, Western and holistic astrology, okay? We are dealing here with natal charts, house placements. We're dealing with it all, baby. It's going to be a long program, and it's going to be very exciting bringing it in where I can show you some of my astrology skills as well. So keep an eye out for it. It will be released during March. The site is just being prepared, as well as the catalogue of mammoth amount of study I want to bring out to you guys about what's what and why in astrology and natal charts. So check that shit out during March, okay? Now, let's get back to here and now. Couples, Aries, your person, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's check it out. What's going on with you and your person for the month of March? The connection spread. Okay, Spirit guides, what's coming in for Aries and their person? Thoughts, feeling, intentions, both ways, and an outcome leaving March, please. Aries and their person, please. Venus, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements for Aries and their person sign for March 2022. Aries, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and their person. Here we go. Ready? Spirits and guides, can you clarify the reading? Yes. Five ones reverse. Nine of cups. This person now towards Aries. Page of Wands. Two of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. And the outcome, please. Six of Wands. Six of Cups. God. Had a lot of promise. Trust me. It swallowed itself like a bloody black hole. I don't feel that bad. I'm really questioning things. Both in some ways. You think you know what you want, then you question yourself. Double take, double take, double take. Double take a lot. I feel it might be becoming a bit of an issue. But I'll explain all these placements and then we'll go through the messages and see what is exactly going on here, okay? So as I said before, Aries, we start with you. So this is your side, what you are thinking, feeling and intending towards the person you're connecting with for March, okay? Here we go. Alright, Aries. Okay, Aries, in your thoughts towards your person, we had initially the Ace of Wands, which is then clarified by a beautiful card, the King of Pentacles. So, Aries, so Aries, in your thought process, you really do have a fresh new seed here, a fresh new beginning in creation. Ace of Wands coming out first. Creation, a real beginning here of invention, a start of an undertaking that will bring in gains here. You're very passionate about an adventure, a real escapade in your thought process. You're thinking that this is just going to be hell of fun. Aries, you're also thinking about the King of Pentacles, and that will bring security here. This will bring a lot of analytical benefit or a lot of security through this. It will grow into something that will be a leadership. It will be very wise. It will be a very strong connection. It will be mentally stimulating, and it will be very passionate. That's what you're thinking, Aries, towards this person. I'm seeing here with the combination of these cards that you really do have a lot of sentiment in the thought towards this person. You have a lot of passion. You believe there's a lot of security to be out here. There's a lot of growth. It's a sound investment, is what I would say. That's what you're thinking. What you're feeling, though. Ultimately, at the end of it, for the feelings, we had 5 of Wands reversed initially with the Sun. So this said 2 things to me initially. The first one with the 5 of Wands reversed really speaks in a tone to me of, do as I say as I do. Don't hold others to an accountability. When hold yourself, don't be contradictionary. If you say it, live it, breathe it, do it, kind of thing. Follow through. Hold others to accountability so you can hold yourself. And don't be indecisive, make decisions, pick a side of the fence and stick to it. The Sun is saying when you do that, you don't contradict yourself, when you're straight down the line and you actually follow through, you'll find the abundance in that teaching, in that lesson. The Sun is the it will be all, it's the happiness, it's the fulfillment, it's the contentment in everyday living. Finding the beauty, the bliss, satisfaction in the most simplest of things in life. Like the sun has just basked its beautiful glory, this light all over everything in life. It's just making everything shimmer like gold. Aries, in your feelings, that's how you feel. You're starting to come to this conclusion, I think, towards this person, that if I don't contradict myself, if I'm straight down the line, if I'm upfront, and if I follow through to the letter, to the T, to the dot, to the I will have everything. All this love. I want to invest with this person. Will bring all of that back to me. Your intentions, and like I always say with this spread, guys, you can think and feel all you like. At the end of the day, it's what you intend to do with it, which is the most important. That's why this position actually is the most important. We've got 2 cup cards here for you for your intentions, Aries. A lot of water energy, a lot of love. The 9 of Cups with the 7 of Cups. Okay. So that 9 of Cups is the card of self. I did it by myself, for myself. That there is victory and abundance here. When we see that 9 of Cups, we really do think about a success through material, through attainable, through advantage and well-being. We really think about this abundance being quite gluttonized and quite, chuffed with self, because we can feast away. There is always a sense here with this card that there were difficulties, but they have been surmounted now, and now we're reaping the benefit of that. The good health, the good fortune. Backing that up, clarifying that 9 of Cups is the 7 of Cups. This is having a lot of options on the table, some good, some bad, some you wouldn't pick in a day. And it's feeling a bit overwhelmed and fantasistic of these options that you You really think you like this person, in your feelings you want to be with this person, yet your intention is that of being successful with yourself and being a bit, ego maybe, or a bit gluttonized. And with the Seven of Cups, it's them proving that, reinforcing that with being very upfront about the fact that you have many options and you can pick any cup you like. You have no real attainment to this particular cup, this person. That's what confuses me a little bit. You can see so much success here, you can see so much attainable, you can see so much growth from this, a Nine of Cup. But you're going to back that up with a Seven of Cup of fantastic idea systems of lots of options and possibly picking a bad cup. When it seems like you've got a pretty good cup here. That's what's got me in this, because it's clear shot until that intention, and it throws the whole reading into a bit of a tailspin. And this is your reading, Aries, so you tell me if you want to down in the comments down below. What? We're going to look at your person now, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards you, Aries. Okay? So let's do that now. Their thoughts towards you. What are they thinking, Aries, throughout the month of March? So we had the Page of Wands come out, and this is clarified by the Eight of Cups. The Page of Wands is that of wanting to really build something here. The Page of Wands is very faithful and a very loyal person, a good servant, a person with really good intentions, really considerate, really understanding, and very helpful. They want to help you build it. They want to help you get it underway. They want to support you in getting up there. But the Eight of Cups coming in with that is complete discontinuance of effort. 8 is not my 10, and I'm not going to invest any more in this. This person is actively thinking that they started to give some support to you, some structural integrity to the tower you were trying to build, for example, of this relationship. But the moment they started to put the supports in for you to start building, they fucking ran away and decided, no, too much work, or no, can't be bothered, no, it's not worth it. Either or. Eight of Cups is discontinuance of effort, complete back out, walking out, not coming back. 8 is not my 10, I will not settle for less. Complete discontinuity of effort and any abundance that was here, completely just throwing it away. This person's actively making a decision to no longer maybe want to do this. Like I said, let's travel through, don't get too bogged down just on the first placement. Things can change in a drop of a dime, like we saw on your side. Their feelings towards you, Aries. This person feels the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, the Two of Cups, I love this in the love position because this is telling me that this person feels and wants a unionship here between you and them. They want a commitment. They want maybe a proposal, an engagement, or just maybe a verbalization or something written on paper or, tattooed on their body. I don't know. But this is two people entering in and them coming together in agreement and entering out as one. It's usually contractual. It's usually engagement. It's usually some sort of contractual agreement here. Usually in attainment to love. This is the minor to the major, the lovers. And this is very much an agreement to come together in unity with another. And in the love position and in regards to love. I can't argue that. Clarifying that was the Seven of Pentacles. Now this really speaks to me about ingenuity. And it speaks about growth. We are looking at everything here we've got in like love, material, attainable, security, whatever, and all. And we're looking at it and asking ourselves, is it enough to sustain us? Is it enough to fulfill us? Is it enough to continue our way of living in a comfortable setting? Or would we be taking a step back? Or would we be looking to sacrifice, or would it cost us more than what we can manage? It's being real. This person that you're connecting with, Aries, in their love feelings is deeply thinking about taking the next step with you, engagement, some sort of contractual, actual agreement here with you. They're just asking themselves, can it be done? Is there investment here to be had in the security of the monetary, as well as the love department with the hand flower, you know? Wow. But their intentions, let's check that out now, because like I've just said to you guys, the most important place, you can think and feel all you like, but what you intend to do is what you intend to do. And this person intends to get up onto you like a hot sausage, honey. They got a hot crotch syndrome. They intend to show that hot and heavy. We're going to keep it under the, it's not fluff too many feathers. It's late in the evening. They do intend an Ace of Pentacles with an Eight of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles with an Eight of Wands. Fresh new seed and prosperity, monetary material. There is a real, this person intends towards you to show you perfection and attainable, to show you prosperity as well as happiness, to show you growth, to show you material, attainable, and what they can do with that. Backing that, clarifying that is the Eight of Wands. Cupid's arrows. Eight of Wands is hastily made movement, communication, back and forth. Could be like love letters, could be, sexy shit. But either way you look at it, it is a fast movement. Communication is boom, 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 boom. It's connection. It's strong. And with that, with an Ace of Pentacles, they intend to show you great success. They intend to show you great prosperity and happiness and fulfillment, and they intend to show you that in swiftly haste, faster than frick. They want to show you all. They want to give it all to you. They intend this. They want this. They will do this. I wore my heart on my sleeve, and then I lost it to you. Do you even realise that it's you I gave my heart to? That's what this person's thinking. That's what they're saying inside themselves. Jeez, Aries. And cross watcher. Wow. The outcome of the two energies, Aries and your person, coming together, moving forward, was looking like we had initially the Judgment in reverse with the Two of Wands. So I saw a hiccup initially. Judgment in reverse is that of being made an example of. It's not the nicest of energies. It's that of, excuse me, it's that of disappointment and a real failure to face the facts, the reality of it. There's a sense of a divorce or a procrastination here, or a theft due to alienation of affections. And it's funny you should say that, just an alienation of affections, because coming in with that is the Two of Wands reverse. That's sadness, that's trouble. That's looking at the idea of it, and it's living and breathing for workables. Realising these things are not one and the same. You wanted what you got, ain't it? That there's been a lot of restraint put on this by other people, outsiders, and there's starting to become some real cracks forming. They've lost of faith in this connection. But then we had two sixes come through to clarify that. Six of Wands and Six of Cups reverse. The Six of Wands, I do see that there will be triumph here in the crowd, which I think was a bit of a problem with that Judgment in reverse. There was some sort of outsider's influence here that was causing some damage to this relationship, but I don't feel it was within the relationship, it was outside influences. And I feel like that Six of Wands is talking about that now, the same in direction to that, because it's clarifying one of these outcome cards, which could very well be Judgment in reverse, which I do believe it is. because that Six of Wands to me is telling me that we are starting to make gains in the triumphant sense of getting our peers, the crowd, to give us the pat on the back. This is conquest and triumph here. This is advancement here. This is moving forward through it. This is our desires realised after all of our efforts too. Clarifying that, like I said, is the Six of Cups reverse. Now, 2 sixes here. This is interesting, because when we look at the Six of Cups reverse, it's about the future, which is just about to come. It's about coming events, a new vista, some sort of opportunity coming in very soon. This plan is about to come in, and there's a chance that it might go good or it might go bad. It's really on the fence. It's 50-50 here, but it will surely come and arrive, and it will very much happen very quickly. It's on its way. It's already on its way. So I feel like you are going to get accolades from the crowd, but then it's going to be more about, can you move forward with this and actually make resolution and actually make real movement and haste forward out of this? Or are you just going to go back into this regret of this cycle and relive it again, or rehash it again, which I don't think is what it is. If that happens, I think there's going to be serious system failures across the board, with big red lights going boom, boom, boom. I just wanted to say one more thing. When you look at the what was I going to say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. That's right. Sixes of the tarot. I was trying to get my train of thought. Sixes of the tarot are always that of compassion. Think about them all. The Six of Wands, getting triumphant here, moving forward. The Six of Cups, this is nostalgic energy of either past or what's about to soon come in. When we look at the like the Six of Pentacles again as well, that's equal give and take, no lion's share, it's all equally divided up between everybody. And then when we think about the Six of Swords, we are thinking about a trip or a journey. It's the water Uber, getting on that boat and leaving the ship behind, the anxiety and ship behind, moving forward with it. So have compassion and a turning point, the Six. Because the Five is all out of the conflict or trying to get through the shit. The Six is just getting on the other side of it and about to take the first step out of, away from the zone of shit. It's like the Five is the conflict and the Six is the compassion. It's that moment of stepping out of it, moving forward from that. To go with this, I'm going to pull you some Manifest Your Future cards. These are the sister cards that go with these. Now, the way these cards work, there's a lot of them, and there are a lot of doubles through them. They're a weird bunch. Take me a while to use these cards, but I do love them now. So I'm going to pull a couple, and I'm going to see if it relates to you, but you'll know. For Aries and this person who they are connecting with through March, there's some extra guidance here in regards to this March reading for Aries and their person. March 2022, this Tarot cards, what can you tell me? Aries and this person, what pearls of wisdom and advice can you give Aries and this person they're connecting with, please, for March 2022? Ready? Okay. I did 1 3, but we've got an extra one that I'm arguing with the divine today. So you're going to take it. We have Purpose card 5. My enjoyment is central to all aspects of my life. I feel like this is a real goal. To have all aspects of life reflect your central aspects of joy, enjoyment, and it all to be an aspect and all fluent throughout life and every aspect of it. Love card 26. I have a partner who is willing to improve themselves for the relationship, and I feel like that's the exact point of these sixes and that, having that compassion, releasing any pain, consoling each other, and moving forward with that truth and leaving this behind. Love card 18, I have a partner who gets me. Understanding is very important in a relationship. Final card now. Health card 7. I am younger than my years. And I feel like you both are. You're both very youthful individuals. Both very childlike perhaps, or maybe you've just got funny little niches, or you like some sort of funky trend, and the enjoyment being a central part in every aspect of life. I feel this is a goal you both do want, and you want it to flow through each other, with each other. I feel like you are both willing to improve yourselves for the relationship, and you're both willing to put it out there. You just maybe don't know how to go about actually doing that. You want your partner to get you. You want your partner to be your best friend. You want your partner to be your yin to yang, your black to white, your Bonnie to your Clyde, Jax to your Daniel, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're both young, free-spirited individuals. You're younger than your years. You may be even a little bit, childlike, silly-like, in your mannerisms or in your hobby, or you tell me. This is a very strong relationship. I feel like you just need to express exactly what you think of inside and what you really want. Because it's all there in the cards on both sides for you. There is everything here that's needed. Just got to talk and confirm it with each other and move forward in it. Release any of this judgment, reverse, and total ones. Anything that didn't work before, any judgments that were passed, any other people's opinions, and F it off. Just scrape it off the board. And move forward with them 2 sixes. Triumphant energy. We don't care about it. Just move on forward, because we are in this, and we're going to have a hopeful outlook. Even if we're doing it with the same old sticks and shit. We got each other, baby. I got you, babe. I do believe you do. Maybe it's time that you express that to them. Wonderful March, Aries and person, cross-watcher. It was a pleasure to read your cards. And I hope to see you again on the next round with me, Redsky, here at Righteous Rings. Take care, and I hope to see you.